It was crazy, completely unpredictable, a lot of upsets, and just an incredible finale. Hey guys, Chastity here with NGN at the Brooklyn Beatdown. We're here at ESL One New York, and I'm with the official commentators of the Brooklyn Beatdown, James Chen and David Graham. How do you feel about the event overall?
I think the event went really well. So many good players just from everywhere. This is probably one of the toughest tournaments all year long.
There were all these people and surprises, and the grand finals was still between two really good players, so it had everything, I thought.
There were a lot of highlights, a lot of people talking about Infiltration going down in the top 32, and a lot of people talking about Commander Jesse. That came out of nowhere and blew us all away. The crowd went nuts for him.
For Commander Jesse, I mean, we're from SoCal here, so he's a SoCal native. So for me to see him do so well out here, wasn't a huge surprise, but it was still a surprise that he made it that far. And I mean, he made top 8 in this list of killers.
He beat the guy who beat Daigo and Infiltration like immediately before, Mago. Those three are some of the best. And he's the one who took out the guy who ended up on top of that pyramid. And he beat like consistently bad character matchups as well. Some of Dalsum's worst matchups were characters who he had to play against, played by some of the best players in the world, and he got a double perfect on one of them. So I mean, I think that was the highlight for me.
Being in the main arena at Barclays Center, it felt electric in there. Like, how did you feel during that final, and were you surprised with how it went down?
At first, it was starting to look kind of bad because Momochi was destroying Xiaohai for 4 games in a row, and I was actually worried. I was like, man, are we gonna see a 6-0 like here at this big stage and everything? But Xiaohai came back and made it really exciting. Super happy for Xiaohai. I'm Chinese, he's from China, so I'm like, yay, go China. But I enjoyed it a lot.
Xiaohai sometimes looks like he's the best player in the world, and we saw it, but for part of it, we also saw the other side where he misses things. He's not reacting well. He's not comboing well. Execution is not there. And I don't really know why he's that inconsistent, but I thought that was a really good demonstration of like how Xiaohai can play and at both the top and the bottom.
So the Brooklyn Beatdown kind of gives us like one of our last looks before the Capcom Cup coming up. So what are we looking forward to? What do you see happening there, and who are the ones to watch?
Despite the fact that Infiltration didn't do so well at this event, I still think he's the favorite going in. One of the things that he did against Mago is he played a character that we haven't seen him play before, and it didn't look so great. But he actually tweeted out, he was like, I didn't care about the money, I just wanted to get the practice in and find out where I stand with this character before Capcom Cup. Look, that guy is ridiculous. I expect him to do well, but obviously Momochi is really starting to look good. But for the past few months, Xiaohai has looked really, really strong, and he's definitely set himself as one of the favorites as well.
I don't think that I could ever pick Xiaohai as a favorite. I just think that he's too inconsistent. Maximum Xiaohai is fantastic, but I don't know when I'm going to get that. So I don't think that I could pick him as a favorite. I think Infiltration is a fine pick, but to be honest, I feel that there's now a good field of maybe a dozen people who I think could credibly win it. I don't think that Infiltration is as dominant now as he was at the start of Street Fighter V or in 2012 or anything like that. So I don't know that I could pick somebody other than to say probably from East Asia.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, that wraps it up at the Brooklyn Beatdown. I had an incredible time. I watched maybe 6-10 hours of Street Fighter, but it was worth it. My eyes are gonna fall out, but I loved every second of it. If you want to watch more Street Fighter videos, we have plenty more. Check them out on our channel. Watch more. If you're more into CSGO, we've got a lot of those from ESL One New York, so check those out too. And don't be afraid to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions about the FGC, leave them in the comments below. I'm Chastity with NGN. See you next time.